I am so sorry that this took me 3 weeks to make. I want to consistently post videos like once a week, and so much was just happening that, like with my filming and traveling or whatever, that I simply could not make the video. And so this is like 3 weeks of preparation. I hope that it's as good as I want it to be. It might not be, but I'm still going to do it because I'm just done trying to make this video. So finally, I am going to do this, and we are going to talk about plants and all the ones that I own and how to take care of them. Altogether, my mom and I probably have about 50 houseplants. People might say it's an addiction. I beg to differ. Let's get started. I think that I'll start by telling you just like the basic tips of how to care for them, and then I'll go through my collection. First of all, you need to know exactly how much light a certain plant needs, because some of them need direct light, meaning that the plant will be right in front of the window and needs as much sunlight as possible. If it needs indirect light, then you can place it in a room that's lit up by the windows, but it doesn't have to be directly in front of it, obviously, as I just said. As far as watering, the reason why I'm holding this is because I keep a little whiteboard about this size. I just bumped myself in the face. And I have written down, which I don't have it all filled out yet. Okay. This is my watering log, and what I do is I write what kind of plant it is. So this is my fiddle-leaf fig, and I know that I need to water it every Sunday. My rubber plant, I need to water it every Wednesday. The last time that I watered my succulents was June 20th. So that being said, July 20th is the next time that I need to water them. Another thing that is extremely, extremely, extremely important, and I cannot stress this enough, is when you buy pots, you need to make sure that at the bottom of the pot it has a hole. And that hole is for drainage. That hole is important for drainage because if you water your plants and you don't let the water come through that, it will soak into those roots and stay there, and you'll keep watering it, and then that water will stay there still, but you'll keep watering it, and all of a sudden you'll have root rot, and that's from the water building up at the bottom of the pot. But if you have that drainage hole, it won't do that. 2 more tips for keeping your plants healthy. One of them is misting the leaves. So this is my little mister. When you mist them, you want to mist all over the leaves, and those will help keep them a little bit moist. Also, another tip with using the mister is if your leaves get dusty, you can mist this all over the leaves and then use a cloth and wipe away that dust on it. I don't remember where I got this from, but you can go to like Michael's or Home Depot or Lowe's, and actually in Michael's it's like a little section, I think it's called like literally trinkets. It's like a section with all like the little things that you need for planting. So okay, so let's get started with my plants. So this is the first plant that I ever got, and the reason why I got this one first is because it's super easy to take care of, and my mom was like, I don't like this one, like you can have it. This is a Pothos. Wow, when I put it in front of the camera, it looks really big. When I got this plant, it did not hang like this. But now, I'll stand up and show you. That's how long it's getting. That's pretty insane. This one really needs that drainage hole that I was telling you about. I water this about once a week. The thing about the Pothos is extremely forgiving. So like if you don't water it for 2 weeks and then you go and water it, like there'll be little spots that are brown, maybe like that, because it's like, okay, we tried to sprout some new leaves, but you didn't water me, so they all died. But the whole plant itself isn't going to die, and that's what I think is really cool. And I keep it up on my, like a rack kind of, and I'm just really excited to see if it's going to end up growing like all the way to the bottom. I think that'd be really cool. And then eventually I might hang it from the ceiling and then see if it'll grow even further down. I also painted the pot. I hand painted pretty much all of the pots that I'm about to show you. If you want any tips on how to paint pots, just let me know and I can make a separate video for that. I really enjoy doing it. Super therapeutic. And the next one is my ivy. The pot is from Michael's. It was on sale, so woohoo! It kind of has this rustic look, as you can see, and then I took a gold and just brushed the top of it and just kind of made it uneven, like it's like fading, and I thought it would look cool. And I think it looks funny, like it isn't the Rugrats the mom, doesn't her hair go like that? That's what it reminds me of. These plants like to have really good drainage, so remember that for the English ivy, that way they can flourish and grow super big. I'm excited for this one, just like the Pothos, to see how big it will grow and if I can turn it into a hanging plant as well, probably in a different pot, but we will see. This is my Jade. The Jade, it's considered a succulent, and one of my hairs is on it. I'm so sorry. It's considered a succulent, and the thing about the Jade is that it's supposed to be for good luck. That's why I like it a lot, is because it's like you just know it has a symbol to it. Avoid getting water on the leaves. Another thing is Jade can grow insane and like out that way, and if you want to keep it looking trimmed and nice, you can just cut the leaves off and trim her up and make sure that it's contained. That one I did not hand paint. It came with like a rusty white look on it, but this one I did hand paint, and I feel like this is maybe my favorite pot. This one is my Schefflera, and it just kind of looks super tropical. It came as one of those orange pots, and I just took a brush and white paint and just went around it like that. Just turned it and turned it and turned it and just kind of gave it that look. I don't know too much about this plant except for that this can turn into a tree. We have a giant one outside. It's like probably 10 times the size of this, and it's pretty easy to take care of. So this guy right here is a succulent that I bought, and I bought the pot separately from a greenhouse. Oops, sorry, my nose. And it had a lace flower in it, and I killed that lace flower so fast. Like, it did not even give me a chance. So I repotted it and put the succulent in that I bought. I like the pot because it's like a hexagon. I don't know, we'll see what happens with this succulent, and if this doesn't work out, then I'll try something else, and if that doesn't work out, then this pot is cursed. I just bought this plant, and this is a nerve plant. This was something that I've been wanting to have for a while because look at those, look how cool those leaves are. And I've got it in this black and gold pot, which I also painted this. This was definitely meant to be a hanging pot, but I found a crack in it, so I'm like, I'm not going to use it as a hanging pot, but I had already painted it, so I just was like, whatever. I just bought this 3 days ago from Lowe's, and I have to do a little bit more research on this one, so if you have any tips for nerve plants, let me know. This was my second plant that I got. This is the money tree, and I got this because my mom had it, and I loved the way that the trunk twists. No, show you. I think it's so cool. I water it, and you're supposed to put ice cubes in it, like 2 to 3 ice cubes every week. And I've been doing that, but it's drooping. So we're gonna see what's going on with that. I moved it from more sunlight to my desk, and I have a light that hovers over it, hopefully to see if that does anything, because apparently these are good desk plants. This is my aloe plant. Ironically, if you take an aloe plant and you put it in front of the sunlight like right away, it's not going to like that. And what happened to mine was, I think that I could have overwatered it, and I had it right in front of the sunlight, so the leaves burned at the top, and when they burn, they turn pink and they curl, and it's really gross. So I removed all of that. Hopefully you can picture that it would become a better plant than this. Oh yes, I painted this one pure white, and it's my favorite actually out of all of them, just because I like the way that I keep saying that like this pot's my favorite. No, this one's my favorite, but This I like the shape of the most. It doesn't have like that kind of hiccup right there. It's just straight down, and you can see it was brown before and I just painted it pure white. We're gonna go into some more succulents. These are my 2 cacti. So this one, as you can see, I haven't repotted it. It's still in that black plastic. This one I bought from Ikea for like $1.99. This one is from Lowe's and was $4. So here's a tip for picking out cactus, or for picking out your cactus. When you go, and if there's a bunch of cacti all like on a like shelves, and you're trying to reach through and you're trying to grab them and you don't feel like you're poking them, you probably are, because that's what happened to me. Like, I was reaching and grabbing and really trying to pick out the best one, and then once we got in the car, I just like felt my hands, and they were tiny, tiny, tiny little prickers in every single finger, and they didn't come out until the next day. Like, I used tweezers, I washed my hands, and it was painful. To continue the talk about succulents, if it's like 5 for $15 and you're like, okay, yeah, I'll do that, but I don't want to pot them all individually, you can put them in like a bowl. Hold on. I have to pick it up on the ground because there wasn't enough room. This is my succulent bowl pot thing. Here you can see this is a Jade. They call it Crassula minor. You have to be gentle when potting them, because if you have something like this, or like this one especially, those tiny little leaves can fall off. This is my fiddle-leaf fig tree. Yeah, I like the fiddle-leaf fig tree. And I'll show you, I still have to repot it. It is still in its black like holder thing. When you are repotting, you always need to make sure that you get a couple inches bigger or wider of the pot than the black thing was before. This guy right here, he needs a lot of drainage. You need one of these. Mine's dirty because I just watered him last night. But you need one of these to set the pot on top of. So like, because this is such a big plant and I don't want to water it and then have anything go into the carpet. We're watering it, and if you see water go out onto the actual thing, that's okay. That just means good. You watered it all the way through, and now you can stop watering it because it's draining, so yeah. The other one that I'm really happy that I got is this one. This is my rubber plant. I know, look how shiny that is. Look how, oh my God, it's so cool. But at the same time, I have mixed feelings because it just looks like evil. It looks evil compared to the other ones because it's so dark and like the leaves are pointed up, and then there's like random red things. But that right there is it's showing that it is growing, and this is gonna be a new leaf. So it's going to bloom into one of these, which you see has that red. That's like the back of the leaf, and that's what that eventually will become. These like a lot of sunlight, and yeah, I need to dust each leaf properly. So if there's anything else that you want to learn about plants, leave it in the comments. I will try to answer the best that I can. I hope that I included enough information in this video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up or a like and comment and subscribe would be very nice. I will see you in my next video. Bye!